That's how they were made. They were all made by volcanic activity. They heated the rock up and melted everything together. And different. Granite's really cool. I have a friend who's into carving. He has all this granite dust. He throws it out the backyard. Things are growing like crazy.
Yeah.
He also have animals and live soil. He feeds it to the livestock.
Yeah. And like Diggity Dank is saying here, the fungus and bacteria to break down the rock like a tree growing out of a rock. See a lot of that in the mountains where I hike here in Montana.
Exactly right. Exactly that. I clued into that a long time ago. Why is that tree wrapped its roots around this here rock? Because the tree has the microbes in the root system already.
Yeah.
So that tree has evolved. Well, there's no soil here. We're going to do it right on the roots, and we're going to get it from the rocks, from the rock.
Yeah.
So normally you have to have soil, but because things evolve maybe over time, like in the desert, different kinds of soil there, different kinds of microbes.
Yeah.
So but from our case, in terms of having an average yard, stuff like that, you want to get normal microbes. But if you live in the desert, there's lots of ways to deal with the local microbes. That's why I like to use Korean farming, because it teaches you how to deal with the local microbes that are there.
The indigenous microorganisms.
Exactly right. And even then, you want to get the animals you normally would find there. Deal with that, right? So you deal with goats, lots of different. That's why it's important when you have a farm. When I go to places, organic farming, they don't have any animals. I keep on going. I go, well, they're going to have problems. And then they say, well, the problems are normal.
No, they're not.
Right?
They're only normal if you don't follow the biology and the way that Mother Nature would actually use and replenish the soil. Then you have normal problems.
So I got called several times, about 4 or 5 times, different people. They all have peach leaf curl. Okay. I just want you to spray the trees. And I'm going, so you want me to deal with the finger and ignore the body? I don't think that's going to work. And they have no soil. And all that rain has waterlogged everything, the water evaporating, going up, and all the diseases spreading like crazy. There are a few people, some of my customers that actually have salt, no problem. They're growing really well because rainwater doesn't kill microbes. And the drainage, right? But clay doesn't drain too well. See, right? Right. So it's just one of the things I always like to talk about is that diseases are all soil borne. Even diseases in human beings have a relationship to what's going on in the soil, and birds and insects and everything. It's hard to understand how that works but it's true. If the soil is not functioning good, you're not going to get the food and the trace minerals you need. You're going to be susceptible to the diseases and the pests.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's not in your soil, it's not getting into the animals that you're consuming, the vegetables you're consuming. So how the heck are you going to get it if it's not there at the base of what you're consuming?
And our biomean in our stomach are not evolved to take the rock dust and convert it. There's the different microbes in there. They don't do that. Right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have to eat food. We should just walk around, eat some rock dust, and eat the rock dust and get the minerals we need from that.
Yeah.
See, right? And it's the same thing with all animals, all insects, birds. Everybody has evolved along the same path. We need all the same identical trace minerals. I thought that was interesting. I said, well, gee, insects need 96 trace minerals. Birds need 90. Whales need 90. We all need the same minerals. There must be a relationship going on here.
That we all figure.
You would think, right? There's something's going on that we all need the same trace mineral. And nobody, as far as I know, not many people are catching on that it's the trace minerals. It's a trace mineral deficiency that's causing the problem. Instead of, because what they do is they say, take this, spray that. Very good for business.
Yeah.
Doesn't solve the problem. There's a law of cause and effect.